Former President Donald Trump finally turned himself in for arrest and produced possibly the most famous mugshot of all time, which is just the beginning of this epic backfire for the Democrats, as Trump's motorcade to jail was met with cheers. Where he had a very diverse group of supporters outside the Fulton County Jail. And some had more aggressive t-shirts showing their support. But more importantly, look at how much the narrative behind Trump has changed online.
But if that Trump get convicted of this crime and he can still run for president, I'm voting for his ass. I'm voting for that. I'm voting for him. Just to see what the he do, because that funny now. Trump is funny as hell. I'm voting for him.
I ain't even like that with the politics, but boy, this gangster, can't lie to you. An ex-president with a mugshot, and what if he wins? What if he win in 2024? Boy, it's over. Just hope you won't be able to stop him. You wouldn't be able to stop me, I'm telling you.
Look what happened to Martha Stewart. She caught that felony. She goes to all the cookouts with Snoop Dogg. She is endorsed. Trump is a brother now. I'm sorry. You go to jail in Zone 6 Atlanta, you a brother.
Even rapper Chief Keef posted this on his Instagram, stating, roughly, Trump will assert his dominance in jail, as the inmates will make him their leader, and he will want for nothing in jail because the blacks will support him. Now this whole Trump arrest situation is hilarious to me, because I, like many people, predicted the Trump mugshot merchandise would sell very well, and last night I put my edit on t-shirts. I made mugshot mugs, and they're selling insanely well, as both supporters and haters are loving the moment. I just never knew how much this moment would sway American voters from being apolitical to shifting back to pre-2015 Trump, because remember, he was loved by the media before he was perceived as a threat. Trump was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was in Home Alone before they cut out his scene in 2019. He was even the topic of a platinum-selling rap song that the artist later had to turn against because the culture changed. But now, it appears the culture is shifting once again, as being arrested by a corrupt system makes you very relatable to a lot of people. And it's just hilarious to see the corporate dinosaur media realize this in real time.
He will surrender himself for processing at an overcrowded jail with a reputation for violence and neglect. And actually, 3 people have lost their lives over the last month. That jail is where the disgraced ex-president of these United States is heading.
As MSNBC hails the prosecutor.
And so to me, this is justice. The fact that Manhattan didn't give him a mugshot, I thought was offensive. I thought that the Fed said, we already know what he looks like. He was the president of the United States. Okay, offensive. Everyone else had to take him. This case, and I think Fonnie Willis is a hero. She is a national hero.
Then CNN begins to cope.
They must have thought about what look they wanted. He could have smiled. He could have looked benign. Instead, he looks like a thug. And I think it's intended to be a sign of intimidation against the prosecutors and judges. That's what they picked, and we'll see that picture everywhere. And I think the evidence is that the indictments have proven the law of diminishing marginal utility. If anything, they're not undercutting his support, they're building it up.
Now, I never want to be too mean to people, but MSNBC and their hosts have been so misleading and outright rancid to the majority of Americans, I feel they've earned at least one. So, someone please explain to me what the hell is going on here.
I despised Donald Trump because he, to me, signified the rich white guy in Manhattan.
For someone that despises Trump so much, you sure went out of your way to get the Donald Trump haircut if your barber was from Legoland. But the cell phones don't stop, as The Atlantic realized Trump wants people to see the mugshot. NBC News identifies it, quote, fuels liberal delight, but also Republican fundraising. Not to mention the memes, as everyone's feed is full of high-quality memes that express how good the mugshot makes him look, how hood the mugshot makes him look, and also how iconic the mugshot will end up being. The only thing the media has on him is Trump's alleged self-reporting of being 6'3" and 215 pounds, which is simply not consistent with other famous people of that build. And fair point, men often lie about their heights online, and I've met an absurd amount of celebrities and athletes in real life that are nowhere near their listed heights. So the only thing the Trump arrest weight proves is he's pulling a James Harden, where if you don't follow the NBA, Harden wanted to be traded from the Houston Rockets, so he was seen on court incredibly incredibly out of shape. But almost instantaneously after being traded to the Brooklyn Nets, that excess weight seemed to evaporate. And I'm sure Trump is looking at the Republican Party right now and saying, I don't care if I get sent to the G League Green Party, I just can't win with these cats. Because as good as these memes are for Trump, they're equally bad for the rest of the party, as Pence is still getting slammed for what he said over a month ago, and DeSantis is just DeSantising.
And I will not let you down.
Which makes you wonder, none of these rhinos look like they can get it done, so why aren't they enthusiastically standing up for Trump to at least bring it home for the team? I think it's because they're also relying on the Democrats to get rid of Trump.
But they want to wake you about just an absolute horrible thing that they're doing, and I've never seen anything like it. This is third world country.
As it does appear, all these conveniently timed legal battles are all placed right before key election dates, and brought to the court right after Biden's legal woes. But I honestly think with every little dirty trick the establishment wants to deploy, the more people are just going to want to support Trump. If for nothing else, just for the sake of saying, we're not falling for your BS anymore. And the message is undeniable, as Fox News' Republican presidential debate only pulled in 51 million views, compared to Tucker Carlson interviewing Trump online getting 218 million views, which checking X right now is at over 257 million views. So in turn, the Biden administration is now going after Twitter owner Elon Musk for not hiring refugees into SpaceX, where Elon explained he cannot hire them because it would violate international arms laws, a criminal offense. Which isn't that interesting. Just like Trump, before things got political, Musk was seen as a regular tech guy doing computer stuff. And the moment he said, hey, I might want to buy Twitter, the establishment freaked out, with constant bad press on Elon because he was about to stumble on how shady social media companies have been acting for the last few years. Which coincidentally reminds me of this old Trump tweet from 2019, saying, they're not after me, they're after you, I'm just in the way. And I'm really curious to see what transpires next, because at first, it was just Trump, now it's his lawyers, campaign guys, and now the CEO of the platform that he's using to reach the people. I don't know, I try not to fall too far off the deep end, because I also don't like it when people look too far into things. Like how some people noticed that my t-shirt graphic came out super quickly and seemed to be slightly larger than the mugshot that got posted, or even subtle things that I place in the background, or what I wear. This stuff means nothing, I'm just really into the Los Angeles Dodgers single A farm team, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. My message has nothing to do with what I'm wearing, so if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on what's really going on in the world, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on the murky circumstances behind the Hawaiian wildfires that no one else seems to be talking about.